Hello all, it's Jennifer McPeak, and I'd like to talk TBRs today.
Ooh, spooky keyboard noises, boo!
Spooky season is upon us. Yes, it's only September, but it's been a long year, okay?
If you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me!
Anyway, this video is about reading, specifically my TBR. For those unaware, TBR is short for to be read. I'm not as prolific a reader as I'd like to be. Unfortunately, I need to read in relative silence, or else I lose focus. And I can't do audiobooks for the same reason. If I look away for half a second, I've missed half the book. But I do try to make time to read at least one book every month. To some, that's a really big goal. To others, it is laughably short. But I'm not the type to say you're not a reader if you don't hit some kind of arbitrary limit. If you read, you read. I also don't judge people's tastes in books. I know diehard psychological thriller readers, and I know people that won't read anything that's not on a bestseller list. I know people that are plowing through the book talk recommendations, pun intended. I don't have that kind of genre dedication. If the back of the book sounds interesting and I'm in the mood to receive it, I'll add it to my TBR. However, I do gravitate toward historical fiction, and I appreciate when there's at least a romantic subplot in it. I'm not overly picky about my books as long as they're not going to scar me forever. I mean, I've still read books that will scar me forever, but I don't seek them out. So what books are on my TBR? That is a question that exactly 0 people have asked me, but I'm going to answer it anyway because I want to. So how about we take a little look at my shelves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 journals. This one doesn't count because it's a bullet journal. We can go over that in another video. This is where I put most of my TBRs. It's not clean, but I kind of just buy them and bring them to the basement for safekeeping. They'll make their way to the upstairs bookcase eventually, but they're honestly safer in the basement right now. As you can see, it's mostly historical fiction because I do enjoy that genre, like I said. We've got some big name historicals, Gone with the Wind, Pachinko, Roots, got some paranormal books, Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, first couple books in the Undead and Unwed series, couple potential horror books, Woman in White, Mexican Gothic, couple rom-coms. The books in our top left corner are nonfiction and reference books. 1 or 2 are self-help, I think, but I'm pretty sure all the others are topical. The top one's on pirates, I know that much, because I got it to help me with the Captain Hook origin story I never finished. I have a whole outline ready for it, and I've started on it a few times, but it's not burning to be written just yet, so I'll keep it on the back burner for now. As much as I love historical fiction, I don't write historical fiction. I don't really like being constrained by what actually happened. And while I like to read books with alternate histories, I'm not sure I'd be able to do it myself. One day I might try, but for now I'm happy writing in contemporary fantasy. Anyway, that's my basement. One more thing to show you, and then we'll call it good. Let's go. These books are on my perma TBR because Susanna Kearsley is my favorite author, and I return to these books frequently. Eagle-eyed viewers may have seen another of her books in my TBR basement. That one's a thriller, and it's also the only one of her books still in print that I haven't read. Fun fact, it was originally under the pen name of Emma Cole, which is why I did not find it earlier. And that's not all of the books I have. I do have a couple little books scattered around here and there that haven't made their way onto those shelves, and there is one book that I keep in my car at all times in case of emergencies. When I'm writing a draft for a book, I try to avoid reading in that same genre. It's not a hard and fast rule, and I don't hold to it when I'm editing, like I am now. For instance, the book I'm currently writing is a paranormal, urban fantasy, contemporary fantasy type book. You know, vampires, werewolves, stuff like that. So I would typically avoid books like Dresden Files or Practical Magic, just so I don't get my world builds mixed up with their world builds. I want to keep my rules separate, but I'm editing. So I'm reading Interview with the Vampire and watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the background while I cross-stitch a pillow for a friend, which I guess still worked with my original rule because there's not actually any vampires in the book I'm writing. Not yet, anyway. So that was my TBR. Did you see any books on my TBR that you've already read? Are there books on my TBR that are on your TBR too? Leave a comment and let me know, or just let me know what you're up to. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in watching me talk about writing, reading, and other similar stuff. I post every other Wednesday. I'm also on Instagram, jmcpeakwrites, and I post once or twice a week there. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Later.
Ooh, spooky keyboard noises, spooky keyboard noises. Boo!